Listener, do you enjoy the Cundy and Nathan Show podcast? Do you wish there was some way you could show your appreciation? Well, now there is. By becoming a patron of the podcast and pledging a small or large amount of money every month, you can make Cundy and Nathan very happy. And if enough listeners make a pledge, there is an outside chance the podcast could get even more better than it is at the present time. And that would be impressive because it is already really, really good. So, do not delay. Become a patron today and make a pledge of some money. All you have to do is go to www.cundyandnathan.podbean.com and hit the big green Become a Patron button. Thank you for listening. Give us $1 or maybe 10, and in return we'll be your friend and maybe make the podcast better. Oh, it's the Cundy and Nathan Show, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Cundy and Nathan Show, episode 007, some might say. Definitely this week, not 006. My name's Nathan.
My name's Cundy Fly.
Cundy Fly? New nickname.
It's like Cundle Fly, because I think it's out of The Fly with Seth. What's the actor? Jeff Goldblum.
Seth Goldblum.
Well, he plays Seth Brundle in it.
Seth Silverbloom is his brother.
He becomes like the Brundle Fly. Which sounds like Cundle Fly, which was a name given to me by, I think we talked about Tim Weaver last time. Tim Weaver, who is now
here we go,
some kind of high flying author.
Here we go, name dropping on the famous people that you know. Here we go.
Well, only because he used to be my boss.
Yeah,
working on a terrible tips magazine that he hated with every fibre of his being. That was a right laugh.
What was that? Was that Cheat Zone? Yeah,
he got dumped on there after they closed some magazine down at Future, and he got the old sideways shuffle onto Cheat Zone magazine.
Are you revealing a shady past that he wouldn't want to have out there?
Oh, I mean, he always approached it with the kind of professionalism you would expect from any editor.
Oh yeah.
But no, I mean, we just had a right laugh. I mean, basically, we most of the time played like Pez.
That's
Play
it.
Pro Evo all day.
There's a lot of issues with Pez and Cheat Zone. Little
good,
cheats in there, tips and stuff.
But yeah, it wasn't his favourite job, I know. So, but hey, he's done the graft, and now he's up there with the best of them.
That's a lesson for all of us. Put in the graft, the early graft on the crap stuff,
and then the coal face.
Yeah. It's like he's cheated his way to the top.
Yeah,
well, sort of.
Well, he was right in his book, his first one, when we was doing that. So that took him a good 20 years or something.
Oh, showing your age there, mate.
I don't think it did really take him 20 years, but I know his first book took a while. Anyway, this is
this is the Cundy and Nathan podcast.
Yeah. Where's the bell?
Ding ding. One of the biggest things for this podcast is I've actually played something else that wasn't MGS5.
Look out.
Oh yeah. I'm still playing MGS5 though.
Right, you've been playing some Sudoku.
Yeah, just been playing.
Been playing some parlor games.
Just playing
Charades.
I've been playing the original offline game, Sudoku.
Whose line is it anyway?
No, I've actually been playing Overwatch. Which we played together the other day.
No.
Yes, we did. You was there.
I know. I just get assisting you.
You was assisting me. Overwatch, for anyone that doesn't know, there's a beta for it at the moment on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I think.
64, Wii U.
Wii U. Yeah, it's not on the Wii U.
Neo Geo Pocket.
There's nothing on the Wii U. There's more on the Neo Geo Pocket than there is on the Wii U.
Jaguar.
It's on the Jag, yeah, definitely on the Jaggers. But yeah, we was playing that the other day. It's a FPS from Blizzard, which is quite a strange thing. Have they ever done a FPS before? No.
They were going to do that Star thing that got canned. That was Blizzard, wasn't it? Kept changing. Oh, that might have been third person. No. Anyway, ignore me.
Right. Yeah, I'm doing
Good
that.
one. Yeah, cheers,
I'm good at doing that.
Great insight.
Yeah, perfect. It's what this podcast is known for, to be honest. So come on, high grade. But yeah, it's a shooter which I had absolutely no interest in until I saw on Twitter people were going, "Oh yeah, look, the beta's out for everyone now," and it was really good when we tried it in the little room with 3 other journalists. And I was like, I'm always skeptical about online shooters because when they are in that controlled environment, and it's like, it'll never replicate that online. But we had a little blast on it. And is it fair to say, Mr. Cundy,
Mr. Irvine, the floor is yours.
That it's the closest that there has been for a long time to a TimeSplitters successor?
Yeah. It does have a TimeSplitters-y kind of vibe. I think more the aesthetic and the feel, and probably the way the characters run.
Yes.
I think a lot of it's to do with the running animations.
It's showing so much of the gun as well for certain characters. Right. That's what I think. Because TimeSplitters used to have that thing where they never quite got the... There was one of the games, it never quite got the perspective right of how to hold a gun. So it looked like they was pinching the handle with finger and thumb.
Just holding
it like that, going pew pew.
Milking a cat kind of style.
Oh, what? Oh, come on. You still doing that?
Well, someone's got to do it.
Oh, come on.
Orphan kittens, mate.
Oh.
How else are we going to get the milk for them?
Can't the kittens just suckle directly from the healthy cat? If you're having to milk the cat, surely the milk is healthy anyway.
Yeah, but if the kitten has some kind of disorder, like some kittens don't latch on, like human babies, they don't latch, they don't take.
Right.
So there might be a bit of soreness around the mother kitten's
nipple. And the mother kitten's
around the bitch's
the mother kitten, yeah.
Bitch, well, I don't know what you call a female cat.
Pussy. Oh, come on.
Come on, this is 2016.
Yeah, and we were talking about Overwatch. But yeah, it's got that TimeSplitters feel to it, and I feel like it's, as you said, the sort of the way that they run, because not all of the characters run, and there's a bad point to that which I'll come on to in a minute. But there's not all of the characters run, so it's a bit tricky. You have to find the correct character, and the other ways that it's like TimeSplitters is because all of the characters that you play as are all like fantastical sort of cartoony characters. So you have like certain ones that are good at sniping, and they have shields for support, and they're able to sort of assist in keeping you on your feet, like you was doing with that. It was like a Valkyrie angel type of thing.
I think she's called Mercy, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's one of the health class.
Health class. And you had your massive pole up my character's ass.
The pole of giving.
The pole of giving, yeah. Yeah, it was properly giving me some while I was playing. And I was desperate for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Often on my knees begging for it. And you helped me back up with the pole of health.
The pole of giving.
The pole of giving.
Grab onto this.
But yes, it tickles. But yes, there's the flow of the maps as well was something else that I was going to pick out, because it's again like TimeSplitters. It's sort of like tight maps. It's not huge, big open areas that you play across like your Battlefields and your Call of Duties, your bigger maps of the Call of Duties. And the what? Sorry.
Yes.
The wee.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I thought you just had an accident again. And yeah, it was a massive surprise. But I thought I'll give it a whirl, just something else to play instead of MGS5. And yeah, I think it's great. It's a great concept, and it's sort of breathing life back into the old, what's he called again? The shooters. Sorry, there was a little bit of a sound there from a message popping up.
Do you have a little emissions scandal?
Ooh.
The old emissions scandal.
All my emissions are legal, sir.
I mean, I really like because I went in and started playing. I think probably what a lot of people are doing went in and just thought of it more as a shooter, so just running around shooting stuff.
Yeah.
They're objective based, aren't they? So you have to escort a payload or stop a payload or grab an area. So it's not they're not really running around sort of maps, are they? They're kind of focused.
Yeah, should we explain a little bit about the modes, like for anyone that hasn't been playing it? It's free. It's free to get now between now and the 10th, I think it is, of May. But yeah, there's like an escort mission where there's a huge sort of like rocket vehicle, and then you all gather around the vehicle, and the more people that are there, the quicker that it moves along a set path to different checkpoints.
One point on that, I think it's 3. I think 3 is this. If you've got 3 people around it, that's as fast as it goes.
Oh, is it? Right, okay.
So, yeah, I only found this out about 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
And I didn't realise if you're the opposing team, if you're around it, it goes backwards.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise that. Idiot. I'm playing like one of these idiots that's just running around blindly, just trying to... Well, I'm not killing people. I'm a health giver, but...
Yeah. Popping your pole into anyone that's on the floor.
Come on.
Yeah.
Stop that.
So yeah, the characters are very much like the TimeSplitters sort of, cartoony characters. It's a little bit like... Am I right in saying it's a little bit like Street Fighter in that you find the skills of a certain character and then you stick with them and get better with them rather than chopping and changing through the rest of them?
Yeah, I think so. I think one thing I do like about it with the character classes and the ability to change mid-game at any point to one of the other characters.
That's right.
Is it depending on how the tide of the battle is going? You might want to swap out. There's a bit more strategy than just go in and shoot everyone.
Yeah.
There is a benefit to being, like I say, I was playing as the health giver, so her ability was she can restore health to people, and I can see whose her health on the map is critical, so I can make my way to them. And also you can boost someone's shooting power, so they're good as like a support, as like a backup thing. So they're not on the front line. They're like hanging back. And it definitely made the difference between some people dying, getting shot, and not dying.
Me mostly, just annoying you by shouting, "Help me! Help me!
Help me!" I don't know if that's. And you can revive down teammates. So I tried her, and I tried another one of the support characters I didn't get on with, and I tried the ninja guy, but I'm a lover, not a fighter, mate. So I just love giving the love with my rod,
with your life-giving rod.
Yeah. So that for me, that's
and you did that well, because at the end of each game, there's like there's a sort of point scoring system for individual acts during the game. So say you've shot the most people, you've protected the most people, you've revived the most people, and I don't know, you help to push the payload along right to the finish line. Then you get to vote on them, and I don't know what sort of reward do you get when you win that? Is it do you get a loot box, because there's lots of collectibles and various guns and skins and character armor and things like that you can unlock?
Yeah, maybe a loot box, or might be just more XP or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't know how much of that stuff is. I don't know. It feels really quite finished, doesn't it? The bits, there's quite a lot there, and I would have been just quite, just keep the beta going, mate, forever.
Well, just keep the beta. Just never delete it. Just keep that. Yeah, because it's on a trust basis, isn't it? Whether you keep that game or not. Blizzard are sort of saying right, just the game will still be there, but please can you turn it off once the beta's over? Yeah, but you don't have to. That. Just keep it.
One thing I wasn't so keen on was
is this what I was going to refer back to a second ago?
What's that?
Well, you're going to tell me.
Oh my God, what was it?
You're going to tell me now. Go.
So there's always, because they're objective based, there's always a focal point on the map where everyone is where everything's happening at once. There's flash points, and if that's you always spawn in the same place, way back in the Beyond.
Yes.
And sometimes if that flashpoint is quite a long way away, it can take quite a long time to get back into the fight. And sometimes I was watching the clock tick down or an objective slip through our fingers.
Yeah.
And I found it a little bit frustrating that it was so Took a while to get back into it.
I think the checkpoints, that was my major bugbear about it. I think the checkpoints are like way too far away. Although when I was playing earlier, I had a go on I think it was a couple of games of the payload one, and the difference. What I found was once you got past a certain checkpoint, you spawned in a little bit closer.
Yeah.
But as you say, a lot of the time you're miles away. And it takes, because not all the characters can run, especially the big lumbering ones, it's really hard. Yeah, sprint, Sprint. It's really tricky to get back into the fight, and you're just sort of plodding along, and by the time you've got there, especially in your class, using it as a healer, like, by the time you got there, all dead bodies had disappeared, so...
Yeah, every second counts, mate.
Exactly. But overall, I thought it was a surprising game, and I think I'll continue to play it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm just going to try and get in some more hours while the beta's live anyway, for sure. The other thing is, people are still playing it like it's just a run around the map shooter, it's like a free for all deathmatch style thing. When it isn't that, and when you get lumbered in with a bunch of people that are just playing like that, chances of victory are slim because everyone just ignores the payload or what the objective areas that you're going to be the capture points.
It's all down to the shooty bang bang then, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a laugh, and I don't know. There doesn't seem to be. Were there scoreboards, leaderboards, anything like that?
I guess there will be at the end of it. Like, I don't know if the characters will carry on from the beta into the full game, but I mean, it doesn't seem like I've built anything up that I would miss losing, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't feel like I've unlocked anything apart from skins and different coloured weapons and things like that.
Yeah.
Because you can't, that's the other thing as well, you can't change your weapons. The characters have their special moves, like Street Fighter, so that's what they stick with. So it's not like you're constantly picking up, like, miniguns or something like that. You've got, like, your standard weapon, then you've got your special move, which... pays off if you learn each one of them.
Yeah.
I quite liked, what's he called? Old Mad Dog McCree.
Right.
Like a cowboy who has like a Deadeye mode where he can take people out in slow motion, I think. But I think Soldier 47 does that as well, doesn't he? Or Soldier 74.
That's not the ultimate when you filled up your gauge.
Yes, and you press triangle.
Triangle, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like not having to fuck about with loadouts and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's properly back to that old school, like, here's your characters, get good with them, have a go, get in there.
Because you jump back into a match. Once the match ends, you get a few stats and a bit of winner and a bit of some cam, like best kill cam or whatever it is, and then 5 seconds counter comes up and you're straight back in.
Yeah.
I like that because normally between some games you fuck about in the lobby, people are messing about with their loadouts. I want the cluster grenade. I want
custard grenade. Is that what they used to call you down the docks?
That's it. Custard grenade out of my rod. I want these perkies on my custard grenade rod. And you could just spend ages, like, leveling up bits. And I like that it's just, that's all taken care of. Yeah. Forget it.
It's taking care of business.
Just get in there. Get the payload.
Get shooting.
Get shooting. Get the payload.
Get amongst it. But yeah, I think it's good. And I think anyone that's sort of been missing TimeSplitters, and there's probably at least 3 of you out there, this will definitely quench that thirst since the last TimeSplitters. I tell this story on every podcast that we've ever produced, but I remember, and I've probably done it on this podcast already, but I remember going up to see Haze. Remember Haze?
The disaster
which was being made by Free Radical, who made TimeSplitters, and they made it for Ubisoft, and it was that all about the pollen and making people go crazy when they breathe it in. It tried to have some sort of political angle to it, but it didn't really work that well. Anyway, remember going up and sitting in the boardroom with the Free Radical guys, including Dave Doak and Rob Yescombe and a few other people that are at like Crytek now. Crytek UK, and they was just coming out like saying, "Oh yeah, we started working on TimeSplitters, new TimeSplitters. Yeah, and we're doing this, we're doing that." And I mean, back in the day, I was on PSM2 / PSM3 at the time, and we ran stories on it because he was like, "Yeah, we're working on it, we're doing this," and we took it with a pinch of salt, But he was like, yeah, we can't wait to start working on it properly. Here's some art. Because they released some art for it as well. It was like a nun with like a couple of like massive guns.
Was
proper
there a monkey
guns
or something as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
And Rob Yeskin was like saying, "Oh yeah, we're really gonna push the future, the weird weapons this time, and we're gonna have a lava gun that fires cars, and we're gonna have this and that." And it was quite sort of interesting talking to him, because obviously he knew the sort of power of TimeSplitters and that everyone wanted it at that point, so he knew that he could play around with us, but it was all tongue-in-cheek. It was quite an interesting conversation.
Have what you want in a game that's not going to come out.
Exactly. There's plenty of games that I've made in my head where, anything's possible.
Anything happens.
Oh, update on Alien Nation, mate. Hit me.
Alienation, yeah, so, right, so still playing, enjoying it more than I was. I mean, there's still, I'm not saying that I wasn't enjoying it, but it's taken a long time to get into it, and I've hit about level 23 now, and that's taken a long time. And I want to get to level 30 because it says there's some hero thing that unlocks. I don't really know what happens, but there's some hero. I don't know if it's hero abilities or it applies stuff to your weapons, or I don't know. I should probably look it up.
Yeah, you should probably, because it'd fill in this bit here rather than just leave seconds of dead air.
It could save me a lot of time as well, because the grind has become quite grindy now. Like it's taken quite a long time to get advanced through the levels, but I've kind of got past the constant reload problem.
Okay.
Simply by leveling up, and then better weapons, and then being able to upgrade each weapon with bigger clip sizes. So I've just spammed the clip size, so I'm up to like 50 on a clip size for the plasma rifle, whatever it is I've got.
Okay.
But it's still, I don't know. It's still not quite the game that I hoped it would be. It's still not quite the game I hoped it to be. I mean, I finished it. That's the thing. I've been through it once already.
Right.
And at the end, it just unlocks like some assignments.
Right. Okay. Like side mission type things.
Kind of. Yeah, they're things that you do while playing along. Things that objectives that are just thrown into the mix alongside just going back through the main story missions. So like kill 20 snipers with your primary weapon, and then you'll get some reward stuff. But doing some of that is quite hard, because the game, because you're always playing with other people, or other people can always join your game.
Yeah.
Then a lot of the time it takes ages, because you're going after some like those objectives, but other people just quickly nip in there, not deliberately. They don't know what you're trying to do. They're just strangers on the other side of the world. But
I've always thought like things like that, where it's a combined sort of achievement, or to progress on the game just internally in the game. So like something that you achieve within the game. It's not necessarily a trophy or an achievement. They're quite a strange thing to do, because there's lots of those in like sports games. But if you're playing like co-op on sports games, it's if it's like score 10 tap-ins or something like that, it's hard to do that, especially when you're playing online with other people, because as you say, not everyone knows that's what you're gunning for.
Yeah, exactly. And it's I don't know, but I mean, I am enjoying it more, but it does seem like I've spent a lot of time playing it to get to a point where it's becoming more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So you definitely got to invest in it.
I'm not going to.
You're not going to.
No.
I mean, and it was good fun when I did play. Like I said, I played with a bunch of people. It was good fun.
No,
and
but I don't want to play it though.
You're not doing it.
No.
You're not doing it. Yeah, sometimes it's just too frantic as well. Sometimes there's just too much stuff going on the screen, and it's really hard to tell players from enemies.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just lose where I am on the screen. There's so much visual stimuli happening. It's just like I don't know where I am, and sometimes there's various like explosion effects which make it even more difficult to see. And
well, the reason why I sound so glib about this game is because every week I feel like since we've been talking about it, and even when we haven't been recording the podcast, I've always been waiting for you to sort of like say, yep, it's really good. Because there's certain games that me and you talk about, and I think, I'm never going to play that. But your enthusiasm for them sort of makes me think, I'll give it a go. Like, what was that? Is it TXK?
Oh, yeah, Jeff Minter one on Vita.
Yeah, so again, your enthusiasm for it made me play it, and I really enjoyed it. I think there was another Vita game that I ended up playing as well. It might have been Ollie Ollie, actually.
Oh yeah, the skateboarding one. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, but I ended up playing those because of your enthusiasm for them, and I was hoping that you would turn a corner with Alien Nation, but it doesn't sound like it's quite fulfilling the thing that you wanted it to be. But I guess because what's it called? The other game, House Marquee. What's the other game? Resogun. Resogun. Save all humans. So because that was instantly gratifying, and also the other game that they did, Super Stardust, as well.
Yeah.
Because it was like you start playing those, and it's like, oh, brilliant! I'm having a great time with them. But this, having seen the trailer, having heard you talk about it for the past 3 weeks, like it's just. Not for me. Yeah. I'm out. Yeah. I'm out. Forget it.
I mean, generally, it's quite. I think as a purchase, it's fine. I think I've certainly got 14, 15 quid's worth out of it. That's for sure. But generally, I find the whole thing is quite uninspired. It looks pretty in places, but like the design of it doesn't really ping.
That's another thing.
Design doesn't really ping. Yeah, it just doesn't quite feel. I don't know. There's nothing particularly special about it. It feels quite old school as well. There's nothing really in there that's like mega new, but. And oddly, I had more fun playing Dead Star, the free PS Plus thing, and Overwatch as well is more instantly. Yeah. Oh, I'm into this. I like this.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to work at it a lot more, and even then, it's like, okay, well, I'm only just now getting to enjoying it, and I've put quite a few hours into it to reach that point.
Interestingly, like the Super Stardust and Resogun. Like, they had a lot of time to work on those games, didn't they? Because, like, even more so than... Like, am I right in thinking they've only worked on, like, 2, 3, 4 games in the last 6 years? On consoles?
I don't know. What, the House Marquee guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
basically, what I'm thinking is that they haven't had as much time to apply their magic to... what's it called? This new one, Alienation. I don't feel like they've had enough time to put all of the magic in it. But maybe you'll turn a corner with it. But I've just not seen it at the moment. And it really reminds me. Sorry, it really reminds me of Dead Nation.
Which they also did.
And they also did it as well, which again makes me feel like they've rebadged it. You fool. Which any person that's watched Alan Partridge would know that.
Compare it.
It's very similar. In the looks, that sort of dark, that you're playing, what is it, gauntlet type, shooty, spinny.
Got it. I've played something else as well this last week, which is also another demo. That Nio demo. Nio.
What?
It's off to work I go. Nio. Nio,
Right, you're going to have to explain this one to me, because I enjoyed the song... But I'm not sure what the game is about.
I'm playing it on PS4. Team Ninja. I think it's Team Ninja. I hope it is. Who do? Oh shit.
Anyway. Heavenly Sword?
No, that's old. Who does that?
This is the level of professionalism.
I was going to say Team Ninja. They do Dead or Alive
for 13 years in games, and what have you got? There's a combined over 2 decades in games journalism, games writing here, and I'm impressed by how off point we are with a lot of things.
They do Ninja Gaiden and they do Dead or Alive. I was right. Yeah, Team Ninja. So it's a Team Ninja game, and it's quite complex. But basically, the gist of it is you're kind of like a dude.
Yeah. You
start on a beach and then you wander around and kill everyone with a sword. It's quite hard. It's a bit. People have compared it to Bushido Blade, is it? With the one-hit kills. It's like that.
Oh, I might try that out. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'd get on it because I don't know how much longer it's going to be around. But it's on the store now.
Every time I think about like games with samurai swords in, I always long for an Onimusha, a new one.
That's what people are comparing it like. They're saying it's like an Onimusha cross with
Bushido Blade.
Yeah, I mean the Onimusha bit. Yeah, it's got a guy with a sword. I don't know how much like Onimusha it is. Yeah, and yes, the music it's got like traditional kind of Japanese sounding.
Yeah.
You know, the classic little sounds of traditional Japanese music.
Yeah.
You know them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just think.
Oh, yeah, I know them well. Yeah.
All that sort of thing.
All right.
Yeah, but it's good, but it's very complex. Feels like there's lots there. I think you can play as a samurai. You can have like various different weapons. You can play as a ninja. There's magic involved. And
I'm out. I'm out. While it was traditional, just hitting people with swords, I was back. I was in. Magic out.
Hang on.
Magic out.
Onimusha has a bit of magic, doesn't it? You can do casting and stuff like that, can't you? Or am I tripping out?
Yeah, but I've changed since then.
I've grown up.
Yeah, I've grown up. I don't want magic.
I've matured.
Just want Jean Reno with some sort of blunt object.
It's definitely worth having a. It's definitely worth having a look at, and you can fight against like revenants of other players. I believe that's what it is. Anyway,
right, okay.
As you're playing, like ghosts, like graves of other players appear, and if you interact with them, then like some angry spirit comes and can really hard. You die loads.
Wicked.
Well, I was dying loads. You just died all the time.
Forget that then. I'm out.
Yeah, and like all your weaponry and stuff kind of degrades over time, and I couldn't quite work out how to fix it. I didn't know if there was like you go and see the sword man.
Degrading weapons, like no,
and
I'm
armor,
out.
all that.
Do you remember was it Far Cry 2 where your gun would jam and things like that?
Yeah.
It's like there's realism and then there's like making putting an item in a game that is going to make people hate it, and I think that's exactly what they did. They never returned to that. Guns jamming is like that's real. But who wants to be real?
Guns jamming, guns jamming, guns jamming, guns jamming straight to the do. Oh, guns jamming.
Oh, what's this? It's time.
What is this?
Oh, what is it? What have we got planned here? Could it be a new section of the Cundy Nathan Show?
It could be, if everything goes well. It might not. It might not be.
Well, it certainly is a feature. It might not become a regular, but we'll see how it goes down. Would you like to introduce what this is?
So this is a chart section that do we have an actual name for it?
It's just the top 10 of things.
Chart attack or something like that.
Maybe we should have a jingle here.
Jingling, baby, but we'll sort that out another time.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But what's this week's feature then?
So this is a top 10 chart rundown, styly, of the top 10 foxes. Straight in at 10. These fairy tale underdogs prefer goal bags to bin bags. It's FIFA's Leicester City FC, a.k.a. the fantastic, fandangoing, footballing foxes. What do you call a fox with 9 tails? You call it 9 tails. Oh my word, it's a Carmi's very own 9 tails, and it's doing a shit on a crisp packet right here at number 9. White, fleet-footed, made for small spaces. No, it's not Warwick Davis, but the nameless furball from the freezing my nuts off adventure, Never Alone. Looks like Pikachu, no relation to Michael. It's unforgettable Fox celebrity Keaton from N64 classic Marjorie's Mask. His best friend can run several miles per hour. You've got it. It's the blue hedgehog bumchum and dual-tailed fleabag. Miles per hour. Miles per hour. He sells art from a tent. Most of his stock is bent. It's Animal Crossing's resident raccoon hater, Crazy Red. Maybe way too small to steal a Snorlax, baby, but he's hot enough to burn your Bulbasaur. Ah, hot. Give a cheer for fire Pokemon Vulpix. Makes a right old racket when she's going at it. Sly Cooper's sexy sex cock fox. Carmelita Fox is at 3. Big Boss, Colin Campbell and Dave Snake have all been inside this fox, but not in a way that would upset PETA. It's a tenuous entry at number 2 for Metal Gear's Fox Hands. Lives in space, not in a hole. He can do a pretty nifty barrel roll. Who else but the Star Fox himself, Fox, the Fox McCloud, is top of the Fox pile. Yes, sir.
There you go then, new section of the Cundy and Nathan Show. Short-lived? Could it be short-lived? Could it become a regular? Who knows?
Let's hope so. Well, that was the top 10 foxes in video games.
It was. And right now it's listeners' questions.
Oh!
And we've got quite a few this week.
What?
Yep. And I know how much you like to be prepared.
Just preparing my notes now.
That's not notes. That's flicking. You're just flicking through the yellow pages there, mate.
That's me Rizzlers, mate.
Oh, come on.
Hey, mate, you got any?
You've been told about this.
Blues?
You got any mamba, mate?
Hey, mate, fucking happy days, mate.
Happy days? You want to smoke the funds?
Hey, mamba.
Oh, not all happy days on Mamba. Some bad days.
Mamba, ba-da-do. Smoking mamba, ba-da-da, you da-da.
Anyway, so first question is from Eddie Rose. Should I say? Oh, you should follow us on Twitter at Cundy and Nathan Show, by the way, and then you can give us a question each week, and we will try to answer it on the podcast. Make sure you hashtag it with Cundy Nathan QS so that we can find it. Because if it's not, then we won't read it out.
Hash me.
Anyway, Eddie Rose says, which of your gaming habits are you most embarrassed by? Gaming habits most embarrassed by.
Playing.
So I'm gonna say the toilet seat ring of shame is quite a bad one. When you've been sat playing a Vita or 3DS, sat on the toilet playing a game for so long that when you get up, you've got a very painful toilet seat imprint in your ass. Not toilet seat, toilet rim. Toilet rim seat imprint on your butt. That's the worst one. That's like, what have I been doing? I've been sat here for this long. Come on, get yourself together. What's going on with your life? Existential crisis is just sat on the toilet.
What the question was.
What of your gaming habits are you most embarrassed by? Which? Come on.
I don't really know. I don't think I'm that embarrassed about any of them.
No?
No, I don't,
None
I
at
don't
all?
seem to. Not really.
Could you make one up for the purposes of this podcast?
Well, I was going to say, it's playing naked in front of my window.
Oh.
But I don't do that.
Wii
so
tennis.
that would just been for the sake of it. I don't think I have any embarrassing. Don't know.
No?
I'm not ashamed of it.
There you go, Eddie Rose. Hopefully that answered your question. Alistair Miller, pull it in, says...
Oh, pull it in, quick, it's going to grab it.
Well, oddly enough, his question relates to people that pull it out. He says, do you like your dentist?
Whoa. Oh, I had to cancel my most recent dental appointment. Every time I go to the dentist, there always seems to be a different dentist. I don't know what he's doing with them.
Well,
like whoever runs the what they call it, studio, not studio, dental studio, dental practice.
Yeah,
I don't like that. They shouldn't be practicing, mate. You should know
just
what you're
get it done. Yeah,
I want experts. I don't want fucking YTS boy in my mouth.
Time for hello, Cundy and Nathan quotes.
Here's a bit of work experience for you. What am I saying?
I don't know. You don't like your dentist.
Have you ever had a filling? I've never had a filling.
I have, yeah. I've had teeth extracted, including wisdom teeth as well. My dentist back in the UK was called Dr. Beaver. He was a nice guy. Don't blame it on Beaver. Was that a TV show? Beaver. Oh, come on.
I had it stuffed yesterday.
This again, another related question.
I'm not finished on my
come on then. Come on. Go on. What?
Yeah, I don't mind my dentist because I never have. They always tell me to floss and that, and I always go back. I do feel that's something I do feel a bit embarrassed and ashamed about because every time she says, "I'll make sure you floss and all of this business," I'm like, "Yeah, definitely, I'm on it full time. That's me." And then I go back 12 months later, and she's like, "You've been flossing." No.
Is that
sorry.
is that the actual dentist, or is that the hygienist? So that's not the dentist then.
They have to
so you've taken creative license on this. I
don't know what they're doing.
On this
they're
question.
in the bloody dentist place, dental surgery.
Is it the secretary? Secretary, you're a dentist. Cleaner, you're a dentist. Yeah.
Just come in through and remove your trousers, please, Mr. Cundy. That's a dentist, right? Yeah.
They've had you, haven't they?
Have a go on this gas, and if you just loosen your belt.
You've got to stop going to that dentist, mate.
Yeah, my mouth feels fine, but there's something weird around the back.
Oh, God. Come on.
Let's move on from this. Aston Miller's sparked some kind of weird dark place.
It's really weird. Daniel Scott, Deadly Dan Scott on Twitter says, these featured in the top 10 chart rundown. Leicester City winning the league then.
Aha.
What's your best sporting achievement, lads?
My best... Mate, I think you've gone something. Oh, what's happened? Oh my God!
Oh,
that was exciting.
Oh, it was. Shall I start that question again?
You fell out.
Hang on, wait. I need to check. Oh, I'm all right. Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
mate.
that's fine.
I think we heard the question. I think everyone heard that.
Did we? Carry on then. Carry on.
One thing I would like to say about the Leicester thing, as great as it is, and that's they were the inspiration for the list about foxes, because I thought. People saying, it's a nice way, you don't have to buy your way to silverware and stuff. But do you think they would have done it if that billionaire businessman hadn't come in and bought them?
Well, I mean, the big story is that they didn't need 300 million to get all of those players in. I mean, the player of the season, Riyad Mahrez, cost I think 600,000. So that's a good scouting system, basically.
It's not bad. He's still on 80 grand a week, mind.
It's one of the...
I'm not trying to put damper on it. I mean, it
sounds like you are.
But everyone's making out like there's some local village team.
I know what you mean.
Legs and a half an eye.
I know what you mean. And I mean, early on in the season, it was, the hero that is Jamie Vardy was caught on camera being a massive racist. So...
Come on, Vardy, let's go party. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
I just think it's just to round this up, because this has been on my chest. But I don't speak to anyone, so this is the only chance I get to say it.
Well, there's before and after the podcast to talk about stuff like this.
I think it's an indication of how mental football has got in terms of money.
Right.
That a team owned by a billionaire businessman and with players who are earning 80 grand a week are seen as being the underdogs.
Yeah, but most of the football clubs are owned by billionaires, but they don't necessarily put the same amount of funds in. Like Leicester haven't put in mega amounts of money.
I'm saying
compared
now,
to the squads.
If this guy hadn't bought them, this billionaire businessman, and he's put money in, he's put what?
Of course he has.
50 million or something over the last couple of years.
Of course he has.
Maybe not buying the players, but on other things, they would still be languishing.
Anyway, what's your biggest sporting achievement? Because I can't wait to pick it apart.
Leicester.
Like you've just done that with Leicester.
Fuck the Foxes.
Come on.
What's the question?
Biggest sporting achievement.
Biggest sporting. Oh, probably when I used to play either in goal and defence, which is an indication of how good I was at football. Like that's where you are if you shit. I was all right in goal and I was all right in defence.
Yeah.
But I was in a tournament and I scored a fucking amazing own goal. Like, I could never have scored it up the right end. As the actress says to the vision. Morning, Vicar Morty. Ball came into the box. I may have romanticised this a bit more. It may have been like a half a scuffed it or something come off my shin. But ball came into the box. This is when I was at school. Ball came into the box. I volleyed it. Like hit it first time as it was coming down.
Yeah.
And it went like top left-hand corner of our own goal. And that was the goal that put us out of this tournament.
So you sliced it into your own net.
It was a cracker. The onion bag was like...
bursting.
Mushroom cloud.
Bursting with dirty onions.
Mushroom and onion cloud.
Illegal onions.
So that's probably my best sporting achievement.
That's good. Well, apart from the five-a-side ones where I've won silverware in various five-a-side teams.
I bet you did bought by a fucking billionaire.
I was bought out by a billionaire. I was, mate. No, but I think closely related to games as well was when I won the Pez Media Cup. In what was it? Hang on. Pez 6. So Pez 6.
Mate,
so that's
still
The one with Adriano on it.
That was on the Commodore, wasn't it?
On the Commodore, mate.
On the Amstrad CPC.
It was. Moving on. Captain Fudgesicle, Mark Walsh says, would you rather have a pet dinosaur you could ride everywhere or a super intelligent monkey butler? I don't think there's any question here. I don't think there's any deliberation needed.
I don't know if I like the idea of anything. I don't know. They're both
Monkey butler, come on. Imagine him in his little bow tie.
Monkey butler, it's monkey butler, yeah.
Would you let him prepare your breakfast, though?
Well, so you'd be right. Get at the bananas, like.
Yeah, but would he just eat the bananas? I mean, what level
are we?
Just
thinking shit at you.
Yeah, exactly. He's having a bad morning.
Just because he's wearing a suit and tie or whatever butlers wear nowadays. I know it's been a while since I had a butler, but you know, that's one thing. But getting them to actually be a butler. Oh, did you say he's had some kind of augmentation done on his brain sac?
I didn't say that. No, but we could assume that he's just a crazy monkey, but is your butler.
But a monkey could turn at any time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. He could just tear your face off. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, oh, you bring the crumpets up to my room, please, fucking Kong or whatever you call him. I don't know. Well, he's a monkey, isn't he?
Colin.
Butler Kong.
Yeah.
And he might just go at you. Just be like, oh, fuck this, I'm a monkey, I'm not a butler. This is wrong. This isn't what nature intended. Whereas the dinosaur... the dinosaur just riding it around.
Just riding it about, yeah.
Yeah, I quite like this. What sort of... Like a velociraptor or something? They'd have your face off mine.
Yoshi. Just picking apples out of trees.
If it was a herbivore, I'd have one of them, like a diplodocus or something, like something with a really long neck, and ride around on one of them. They're really friendly. They're nice. One of them, like a small one, not fully grown, because I've got nowhere to keep it.
Good stuff. With the dinosaur theme still intact.
Oh, it's Jurassic Farts.
Jurassic Farts, yeah. He says, having heard almost nothing about it, I'm super excited for Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, baby.
But then that conversation goes because it's not tagged where his actual question is.
Oh, mate,
come on. What's he done here? Hang on. He's put one of two as well. He's put one of two. Where is it? Where's his question? Can't find it. I'll come back to it.
You fuck this, mate.
I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it later. Mike Bartlett, the therapist gamer, which if you read that, looks like it might be something else.
I'd go with therapist gamer, yeah.
Why are games journalists so serious these days, he asks.
Chill out, guys.
Chill.
Just
calm down. Everyone.
They're all grown, because they're all too old. All games journalists are like fucking 40 years old, and I'm in that bracket. But then I'm not a games journalist anymore. I'm just a twat.
Yeah. Just a man.
I'm just a man.
Just a man.
I'm a man.
But you've always tried to find the happy elements out of games and in life, I imagine.
Yeah, I've always tried to get away with being a dickhead for as long as possible.
I don't know if I don't know if anything's actually changed in terms of like games journalists being so serious. I don't keep my eye on like the industry that much anymore, so I can't really pass judgment on it. But I have sort of seen from the outside the sort of this. Like we used to have this, you know, back when we was on Games Radar or on PSM. It's like, oh, you've given that game a score that I don't agree with, and then there's that constant sort of anger directed at the journalist or the publication. And I don't know, maybe people have had to get a little bit more of a tougher skin to be working in the games industry these days. So their outside persona is way more sort of angry and on point.
Yeah. I think there are still pockets of non-serious games.
Yeah.
Stuff happening out there, but yeah, I do feel like a lot of games journalists now got into it when they were kids and they're still in it now.
Yeah. Would you say it's got
the taste just changed?
Would you say it's got an expiry date on it then?
What, being a games journalist? Yeah, probably. I think it's good for the industry as well. I mean, you know, I could still be sat being a games journalist, but you got to get some new blood in there. Things just go stale. You know, you got to change things up a bit.
Yeah.
And
I think that's with any industry, though.
Exactly. I get like a 7-year itch with most things I do in life. You know, I do it for a while and then I just get bored. I still don't even know what I want to do.
That's
I still don't know what I need to go to see the jobs advisor or whatever he's called. The
jobs advisor.
The jobs like
the guy in the pub.
What are you interested in? What am I interested in? Disliking going out.
Yeah.
Not socialising.
So, games journalist then.
Have you tried being a games journalist?
Not thought about that one.
This is the vocation for you. Our computer is showing.
Bertie D says marathon or Snickers.
I've crossed the Snickers a long time ago. I don't hold on to the marathon thing.
Yeah, I'm in the Snickers camp now.
Although I did try and make I was trying to formulate some kind of Snickers marathon joke around the time of the London Marathon.
Right.
Like it should be called the London Snickers, but no one really appreciated it, mate.
That was, 3-4 hours worth well spent there?
Just in my room, like, right,
yeah.
okay, so marathon, running.
Matthew, are you coming out?
Hang on, I'm just working on something for Twitter. Hang on a minute.
The kids are starving. We need to go to the shops.
London Marathon Snicker. They should call it the London. Hang on, Snicker.
The house is on fire.
So I'm Snickers. I crossed over to Snickers a long time ago. Although, tell you one thing I do have an issue with still.
Starburst.
This is crisp based, so potato fried products. So, Walkers came in and messed it all up when they started doing salt and vinegar as green. I say that they came in and like there are some new upstarts. Like this happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
But you can still buy. Someone does. Is it McCoy's? McCoy's still do green cheese and onion.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Walkers do blue cheese and onion.
Yeah.
And it just. I got used to Walkers, and then McCoy's happened, and it's like, oh, now this is messing my head because I'm torn.
So what? So here's a question for you. What colour packaging should salt flavour be in?
Oh, I say, well, like plain. You mean like plain ready salt?
Yeah.
I'd always go red.
Red.
I'm red.
Yeah. Do you know what colour they are out here?
Oh,
Lays, which are Walkers. Lays. Do you know what colour they are?
Like purple,
yellow,
polka dot.
Yellow. Yeah.
Well, I'd associate yellow with like a honey mustard and like a roast mustard or something like that. You know?
Exactly.
But not one of your bog standard.
No.
Primary colour crisps.
No.
That's going to be one of your more extravagant yellow.
Exactly.
Ooh, what's going to be in there?
Ooh,
something exciting.
Yeah, mustard.
Yeah, chipotle or something like that.
Salty mustard. Anyway, moving on. Mr. Lover Lover.
Mr. Lover Lover. Me.
Says, has there ever been a game character, male or female, to create a stirring in your loin region?
All of them.
All of them. Every single one. Sonic. Cream. The rabbit.
Can.
I've done it. Cream the rabbit. There's, like, I'm not saying that this is, like, gave me a fizz in that area, but they've... The weird.
Just out there, mate. Come on.
It's one of the weird things about playing MGS5. Like with Quiet, one of your buddies that's in it. Like they've designed her with like some very very strange sort of attire that you wouldn't maybe not use in the field of combat.
They've made a full sexy sex.
Yeah, and like there's a weird thing where, like I was changing my little lad's ass in front of the telly the other day while I just left MGS on, and he was sat and Snake was sat in the helicopter.
Snake.
And when you're sat in the helicopter, like you can swivel the camera around and things, which I only discovered because my kid had hold of the controller.
Right.
So like you swivel it round and you can see what's she called? You can see Quiet in there, and you can hear her sort of moving around if you don't turn the camera around. But then like it's weird because she starts doing like bending over in front of Snake or like moving towards the camera and like putting her boobies in the face to him and stuff. And it's just a bit weird. It made me feel a bit grubby.
I was like, no. Like for the sake of it. Yeah.
I don't like it.
If I've been playing Dead or Alive beach volleyball,
Whooley!
Mrs. Cundy knows she's going to get some action a bit.
Oh, come on,
get
like get up. Get
As long
out.
as she doesn't do any stinky
Get
farts.
out. Oh, Dutch oven again.
It's gone soft now.
Oh, come on. You dirty rat.
I can't do it. Marshmallow in the bloody
Dean
mother
Brown says, Modern Warfare Remastered. Thoughts? Question mark. He says, I bet Captain Price's facial hair looks glorious.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty.
Do you know what? I like the idea of the Modern Warfare Remastered.
It's not being sold separately, is it? Either.
Well, not yet. They say that, but give it a fucking while.
Yeah, because nothing.
Activision are shy of making a few bucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they known for shafting their loyal customers, are they?
Well, I like the look of it, and I think I had a look at the trailer and that, and I thought, I'd like to play Modern Warfare again because it's probably one of the best games that I've played in the last so many years.
But I don't know, like, having not read so much into it, are they just giving it a sexy touch-up, or are they going to actually make changes to the game?
No, I don't know if about like mechanic-wise. I imagine it will stay as it was, but so they sexy touch-up, give it a little polish, spit and polish.
Not there.
And I think it's going to come with 10 multiplayer maps. So I imagine they might dish out a few others in the old DLC, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's quite a good incentive to get the other game, which again I didn't think looked too bad. I mean, I know there's been a big campaign of downvoting. Have you not been see it on the? Have you watched the trailer?
I've got stuff to do, mate. I've got stuff to do.
Mate,
not got time for this.
Fuck it, mate. Get on YouTube. Watch the new Call of Duty's trailer, innit? People aren't liking it because it's gone a bit too sci-fi. It's gone a bit too modern.
Right. Sorry. You're not talking about Modern Warfare Remastered. You're talking about Infinite.
But the Modern Warfare Remastered trailer is bolted onto the end of the Infinite man-killing trailer because it's going to be bundled into the same thing. Yeah,
but how are they going to make it futuristic?
On the Modern Warfare is just going to be as it is.
You've confused me here. You're talking about two different things. I hate when you do this.
Well, it's like they've just bundled in Modern Warfare Remastered in with the new game.
Yeah, I know. I understand that bit.
Yeah.
But then you said, have you seen? They've made it. They're downvoting it because it looks too futuristic. But you just zigged straight away to off of Modern Warfare Remastered, and when you should have zagged onto
the trailers,
Infinite Modern Warfare Infinite or Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, whatever it's bloody called.
The two trailers are like combined. I don't think people have an issue. People have an issue with the new Call of Duty game.
Right. Okay. Right.
But the remastered bit is on the end of the trailer.
Right. Well, that was confusing, but we got there in the end.
But yeah, people are kind of not. You know what people are like, just not happy at it
because everyone wants that game that is going to satisfy them and them only. They don't care about anyone else.
I think if you want something to be, the complaint seems to be, I don't know, they want it to be more like old Call of Duty, and it's like, well, they put Modern Warfare Remastered in there. I don't know. I'm fairly interested in it. It's another one from Infinity Ward. I'd be interested to see how that goes because I think it's been a while since was Call of Duty Ghosts was the last one, which I didn't play. Yeah. I've not. I played Advanced Warfare, which I quite enjoyed.
Was it Ghosts 2? Did they do a Ghosts 2?
Don't think so, mate. That's the one with the all-female cast.
Yeah? Oh yeah. Again, another franchise that's upset people.
Really upset people. Well, you know what they should have done? They should have had the original male cast as the ghosts in the old building where it used to Ghostbusters HQ, and then all the female cast should have come in and had to stick them in the old proton packs.
There might have been,
and then they did a shit on them or something as well. Just a
bit of a problem because Egon is actually dead, isn't he?
Is in real life? Well, they are. Then he's perfect for the role.
Oh, speaking ill of the dead.
Sorry, is he?
Unbelievable.
Egon's dead?
Yeah.
Get out.
He is, mate. Ivan Strongman.
Egon.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Egon's gone, mate.
Hang on.
He is. Harold Ramis.
Yeah. He's not dead, mate.
He is. He passed away last year.
Oh shit, he did. 2014.
No, 2 years ago.
2014. Yeah. Did I not hear about that?
I don't know, mate. But can we move on? Because I'm feeling pretty sad about this.
I do like him in Ghostbusters.
He's good. Ryan McDonough says, "What's the longest you've put into a game and regretted it?"
About 4 inches. That's gold, mate. That's gold. We should just do a joke podcast. Just fire in.
It feels like we're doing a joke podcast now. Every time you do something like this.
That's great. How much time you put into it and regretted it?
Can Ryan tell us how we pronounce his surname, please?
Yeah, do it in
McDonough. Is it McDonough? I think it is.
What's it called?
I'm sorry, Ryan.
When it's what is it? When it's when you sound out the word.
What, mate?
Are
you alright?
Percy
Pig.
Oh, what is it now?
Robert Conker says
it will come back to me. I don't know how much time I put in the game, and I don't know. No idea.
He asked a controversial question here. Oh no, sorry. Oh, we were still answering his question. I just flipped straight on. How do you pronounce his name? Next question. Right, let's go.
I think probably all the football games I've played over the years. I think sometimes I even think all games. The amount of hours I put into all games, I think I could have been doing something really constructive then, like helping to.
Wouldn't that have answered the previous question then that we said about what's the most embarrassing thing about gaming?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't think of that. You can't just have it because I've said it.
I feel like a pang of guilt, like, how much time I've spent doing shit all.
Longest time you put into a game. I mean, I appreciated all 300 and whatever hours it was I put into Dragon Quest.
That's a long time, isn't it?
That's a very long time. There's got to be a game where I've been like, just why? At the end of it. But that's every game, surely. Every game that you play, like, there's at the end of it, there's no tangible difference to your life afterwards, is there?
No. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, sometimes I think, man, maybe I should, I mean, I certainly don't play games for as many hours as I used to, but sometimes I just think, well, I wonder what I could have done if I'd never started playing games, how I would have filled those hours.
Yeah.
Probably just sat looking at the telly instead of the telly with the computer screen with games on it.
Just looking at the screen, just wishing.
Phonetic. That's the word I'm looking for. Phonetic. Spell it out phonetically for us, his name. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Right.
It began with a P.
Hang on, isn't phonetically the...
Don't say that. No, it's done now.
Isn't it Oscar for O?
Ah, that's the old military one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
what was that? What was that just fell over?
That's my chair leg. It's fine. It's nothing.
You're on the floor though, mate. Can you get up? I can't see you again.
I'm holding the table up now with my raw power.
Your prosthetic leg fell off.
Have we answered that now? I don't know. I've lost track.
No, I was still trying to think of a game that I've put a lot of hours into. There's probably a game where it's been like, I've just embarrassed to play this. Like, it's been so bad but it's had like a hook to it where I've wanted to play it and keep playing it. I guess any sort of iPhone game that I've ever played. I'm pretty sure Jetpack Joyride, I think it was. I'm pretty sure I must have ploughed about 20 hours into that. And that's not even a very long game.
And what? Yeah, that's the thing. What do you get?
Nothing.
Back out of it? But you can say that.
You win stuff like extra things for like power-ups and things for as you go. But yeah, the guy in that Jetpack Joyride, check it out. It looks like Adam Richman from Man vs. Food.
Check it out.
Check it out. Robert Conkers asked a controversial question.
Conkers.
He says, "You don't have to answer this, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the current state of Games Radar." I've not seen it. Again, I've not. I don't look at. I'm not really with it in terms of games magazines and websites anymore.
My sort of go-to places for gaming information is NeoGAF, and I probably use Eurogamer more as a regular thing. I think I just quite like the way it's laid out, and I can kind of find everything quite easily.
I think Games Radar is now Games Radar Plus, right? When it's incorporated Total Film, SFX, and some other stuff. I think.
I know Towley's left recently, but other than that,
yeah,
I don't know loads. Oh, some of the US guys left a while ago as well. Whoever was the editor-in-chief.
Yeah.
That old Poison Chalice. I know that's a bit of a get you in and then your position's not there anymore. Goodbye.
Former PSM3 editor Dan Dawkins is now in charge of... He's now the editor-in-chief of Games Radar.
In the UK, the whole thing, like global?
Yeah. So at least, and that was like, I think that was last year. So at least it's in safe hands. But no, I've not seen it. I'm more interested to know what you think of it, Rob Conker.
Cankers. Yeah. I mean, I'm like Nathan. I don't really. Occasionally, a link might send me there, but it's not the website I go to. Weirdly, I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? I know Hooters is still Hooters is still there, and I mean, love Hooters. Hooters.
Rob Conker also says, "What are your thoughts of online gaming press in general? Are there any sites out there that you admire?" So I think you just answered that by saying Eurogamer and NeoGAF. Yeah,
I mean, I tend to. Do you know what? I tend to probably go to I go to the PlayStation blog quite a bit as well.
All right, okay.
I just want to see some trailers and all the Uncharted reviews. I've not looked at any of them.
Do you know?
I don't want to see them.
I'm thinking where I get most of my news from now, and it probably is from the big sort of game sites, because I still follow like IGN and GameSpot and Eurogamer on Twitter.
Yeah.
But when they announce something, I rarely go to their site. I usually go to, if it's new trailer for something, I'll go straight to YouTube.
YouTubes, yeah.
I'll go to the tubes and get it from there.
Yeah, I've started, definitely consuming games media in a different way. I don't know. I'm not so interested in the kind of journalism side of it. Not that I always thought games journalism sounded fucking nonsense anyway, to be honest. But maybe that's why I'm not doing it anymore. But
and on that controversial bombshell.
Will you still do and will you still dee-da? Commodore 64.
Oh, we're still doing this section. We're still doing it.
Come on, this is what the kids. This is why it's at the end. It's like I don't know. I was going to say it's like match of the day, but they always put the shit match on last, don't they?
Yeah. That's the controversial running order there. Well, it's time for Cundy's. It's time for Cundy's Commodore 64 section.
It's going to be a good one this week.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to, and in honour of. I know you're only pretending. I know this is your favourite bit.
Yeah. I'm just going to sit down for this.
In honour of the.
I'm going to go make a brew. Actually, do you want out?
I'll have a pasty. I'll have an Earl Grey and.
Earl Grey pasty. That sounds absolutely dreadful.
Earl Grey pasty with Bannatyne chicken and chocolate crumb.
Oh, God.
Been watching too much Master Queef.
Come on. What have you got for us this week?
Well, I got a comfy quail egg. So I got License to Kill. I got a license to kill. Because this episode is 007. I said I was going to do it, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
I've done it. I'm a man of me word, mate. Say what you want about me. I'm a fucking man of me word.
Right. Yeah.
I actually got to play some of this.
All right, yeah.
On the... what's it called? The emulator I was talking about. It's actually on there. So I've played it.
Oh.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, go on. Good. Still good, yeah?
Games have come a long way. Oh. Yeah. I mean, playing it, it's not unlike what you'd kind of set pieces you'd see nowadays in like a Call of My Duties.
Call of Your Duties, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with the film. It's a Dalton. Do you know?
It is a Dalton, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the game as well very well because it would barely work.
Yeah, so I wasn't very familiar with it, so I didn't really know what's happening. But set piece wise, there's a lot of there's like skydiving.
Yep.
There's a bit where you're in a helicopter.
Yeah.
And then you have to land on a plane. There's parachuting. There's jet skiing, swimming. That's quite a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, ooh, wow.
Yeah.
You can tell there's a few years have gone by. This was the film came out in '89. I'm not sure about the game. Probably around '89 as well. Probably only took like 20 minutes to make. I didn't complete it.
Right.
I didn't complete it. Because
games from that generation weren't made to be completed.
I gave it a good. I played for a good couple hours, definitely.
Yeah.
Good couple hours, and I did start getting better at it. But there's so much. It's so hard. Like you don't really know what you're meant to be doing. The swimming bit. I was swimming, and it was like, like one of those machines. They turn it, and it's just like an endless. It's scenery. You can remember in the arcades, they used to have really old. It's like a mechanical game. It wasn't nothing about it.
Yeah.
So it was the scenery. The road would be on like a tumbler on a drum.
Yeah.
And then you would just steer a car that was attached to a metal rod and your steering wheel.
Yeah.
And it felt like that. And it's just like, this has been going on for ages. I don't know what's happening.
Feels like this section's going on for ages. Sorry, go on. Yeah, carry on.
And I had to go and I had to look it up, what I was meant to be doing. And apparently, bits in the water that I thought was just water are actually bags of cocaine that were being thrown out of the back of an aeroplane. And I apparently I was meant to be collecting these bags of cocaine, just like a regular Saturday or whatever in Bristol, mate.
Yeah.
And then it all became clear. But until that point, it was just going on. It's like, this is endless. What's happening? Yeah, and it was like I was caught in some like weird time loop. But how are you meant to know that? I have no idea. There's so much stuff in old games that you just had to work out. Nowadays, people would be like, they'd kick over a bucket of shit about it. They'd be like, what?
Interestingly, I'm just looking at a screenshot here. Interestingly, in the top right-hand corner, it's actually got license to kill in the top right-hand corner, like a permanent thing that's up there. Yeah. That's weird.
What? Yeah.
Like, I mean, how many games do that where they're just constantly talking about themselves?
I mean, it's got, it's not bad, and it's got, I think it had a bit of a Bond theme at the start or something, which sounded right. But I mean, the bullets, they're just, nowadays you can have like bullet cam and it's slow-mo, and I mean, these are just like, it's like they're a pixel big, and they're moving towards you, fired from like men who can barely see against the background, and then the bullet itself, you could barely even see that. And I was playing on the keyboard, and I had to stop every time I wanted to aim, because that's just how it was. I could fire while running forward, but if I wanted to move direction with the gun, I had to stop and fire. So there was that. There was that.
Computer gaming world say that it's strictly for the action-orientated player,
right?
And also that most other people will find it a license to bore.
It doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't work at all.
No.
So what they've done is they've gone with, because it could be a license to thrill, and then when it didn't, it was like, it's a license to
license to kill yourself with boredom might have been better.
Well,
not snappy maybe, but
not snappy and a bit sort of grim.
I got a license to kill, but so my overall impression of it, because some people thought that was a pretty good movie tie-in, but
who were these people? Because the internet says none of them exist.
Well, I think in Zap 64, I think they gave it like an 80 or something.
What?
Zap Sizzler.
What were those guys smoking? So what can we take from this license to kill game then?
I got a license to the
high point of C64.
Bags of cocaine in the water.
Don't
get them out.
Right,
collect them.
Definitely get them out.
Because then you complete the game. And then, but I didn't get as far. There's like a long play video on the internet of some man completing it. Takes him 6 minutes.
Right.
There's like a whole section. I couldn't get into it. There's like a whole walking around section, like top down bit where you just start shooting stuff. And he managed. There's obviously like a little bug, like a little glitch thing, and you can walk behind a wall all the way along the level, and they can't shoot you. Right. So you just walk all the way to the end of the level. Classic.
Exciting.
Classic game design. So I'm not going to go on too much about it because I've got not much else to say about it. But it was all right.
Right.
And
good.
In terms of excitement, it's on paper it sounds quite exciting, but in practice it's like, wow, this is the jet ski bit. I know. Was it jet skiing bit? What was it bit? The water skiing bit was quite good, but it's really hard because you just kept hitting rocks. And it's hard to control as well.
I feel like you've talked about this game longer than it would actually take to start and complete it.
I got a license to bore.
Anyway, is that it? Are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe next time I'll do something. If anyone's got any requests for this section, I know there's a lot of Commodore lovers that listen to this bit.
End it. Someone probably send in. Just need a couple of those. And
I've not done Jet Set Willy or Manic Miner yet. But
guess what's coming next week, folks?
No, I think I might do something on coin-op conversions, because the Commodore 64 is pretty good at doing some coin-op conversions.
Good.
Maybe Bubble Bobble or something like that.
Excellent. Right, well, look forward to that next week. Another riveting episode of When I'm 64, everyone. There we go then. Another Cundy Nathan Show episode in the can.
A classic.
This
will go down in history.
Apart from the last bit. But no, some people find enjoyment out of it. Anyway, another thing to draw attention to is we are still doing the crowdfunding side of things, and we will continue to do so, which is on podbean.com. If you go and search for our podcast, which is Cundy and Nathan Show, on there as well. We have a Be a Patron button. We already have 11 patrons. Thank you very much for your monthly contributions. We're not asking for anything magnificent. Just $1 of your precious salary a month will be enough to suffice and keep us doing this podcast, and also spend more time doing it as a more viable thing to do in the future, and possibly, things shooting off from that. A website, perhaps. Who knows?
Aye.
Who knows?
Who knows, mate?
Who knows?
Like a bus with our names on the side
Bus
that we
with our
drive
names
around
on
the
the
country.
side. Yeah.
On a tour.
Yeah. Could do that.
Or we drive around, like we sell an idea to Channel 5, gamers go around the globe in, 80 days or something. And
in 80 days.
You just get like a holiday out of it.
That'd be pretty good. Like playing a different game in a different country every... no, it'd be awful.
Well, it could be good, because when I went to the Hebrides, like those kids up there, they're still playing like PS1.
Come on, mate.
I'm not... Well, that's just what was happening up there. That's what was happening. I mean, this is a few years back, mind. So PS4 wasn't out, but still, they'd missed a generation. They had a whole generation to catch up on. You go around the world, like visiting, like to unlikely places where you'd think, a bit like Stacey Dooley's Sex in Strange Places, but gaming in strange places.
Well, I mean, if we get enough money on a monthly basis, then maybe we can put it into production ourselves. So, if you would be as kind as to visit the Podbean Cundy and Nathan Show crowdfunding element of the site and register your appreciation via money.
Via money, that's the plug end of it.
That'd be fantastic. I mean, as we said, we will carry on doing the podcast with or without your contribution. So, we appreciate it.
And hopefully the original, our first lot of patrons enjoyed their magic glasses that were bespoke magic glasses.
Cundy handmade some bits.
And the little mini fanzine as well. The mini zine, which hopefully will be a regular. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be a regular thing, because I might do another one. So there's little, there's something in it for you more than just the podcast.
Exactly. So, I mean, as we said, there may be a website, there may be some YouTube channels, there may be various different things that we can do depending on what. Or shit in the post, or some shit in the post. Not actual shit. Not actual feces, but things that could be described as being shit.
Like landfill.
Yeah,
inevitable landfill.
Like ET cartridges for the Atari. Then we can. We're going to be looking into doing things like that, and when we've got a solid idea, then maybe we'll talk about it a bit more. But yeah, if you want to contribute, then fantastic. If not, then fine. We'll carry on doing it.
Whatever. Yeah.
With or without your help. God. Please, just give us some money, for God's sake. Anyway, the end of the podcast. Thanks very much for listening. So it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from moi.
And we will speak to you again next week. Bye-bye.
Listener, do you enjoy the Cundy and Nathan Show podcast? Do you wish there was some way you could show your appreciation? Well, now there is. By becoming a patron of the podcast and pledging a small or large amount of money every month, you can make Cundy and Nathan very happy. And if enough listeners make a pledge, there is an outside chance the podcast could get even more better than it is at the present time. And that would be impressive because it is already really, really good. So, do not delay. Become a patron today and make a pledge of some money. All you have to do is go to www.cundyandnathan.podbean.com and hit the big green Become a Patron button. Thank you for listening. Give us $1 or maybe 10, and in return we'll be your friend and maybe make the podcast better. It's the Cundy Nathan Show.